Hello everyone and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto YouTube Charts video. I am No FOMO Charts. Today is Friday, November 28, 2025. It's almost 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at night in the USA. Welcome everyone. This is a swing trading and investing YouTube Charts video. Let's start by preparing for this upcoming week. We still have some earnings releases coming out from companies like CrowdStrike, Marvell, American Eagle, Salesforce, Dollar Tree, GameStop, Kroger, Dollar General, SentinelOne as well. USA economic data, some big data. We have a Fed Chair Powell speech, employment change, unemployment claims, the biggest core PCE price index, consumer sentiment, and inflation expectations, which will affect investor and trader sentiment going into December, which is this coming week. Recent news. USA investors and traders are anticipating a potential Federal Reserve interest rate cut at the December meeting. Prediction markets and exchanges are becoming more popular on social media, so instead of stocks and crypto this month. Stock indexes rallied on good news. Crypto majors rebounded to the upside, but much less volume due to the holiday vacation weekend we are having right now in the USA. Chart events. Bitcoin still in a price downtrend. The daily 50 EMA, 200 EMA death cross printed on November 17, 2025. Ethereum is at risk of a daily EMA death cross. Price is still downtrending below trendline resistance for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. There is momentum forming on the MACD histogram, but it could take weeks for that to actually play out. S&P 500 ETF, we had a nice bounce for almost a week straight. 4-hour upper linear regression zone has been reached, so now it's a resistance zone price test for both the S&P 500 and Nasdaq as well. And last note, technical charts can be overridden and canceled due to breaking news and fundamental changes that happens every day in the stock market. Let's start with SPY. SPY ETF, we're still in this daily uptrend. We had this little potential flash crash, but support held. Our 100 EMA at 652 held support, had a nice bounce. Almost looks like a short squeeze for a weekly. The price is back above the pivot point, which is good, but we are still in the resistance all-time high price zone below 670 for now. So to have a healthy uptrend, we do need to make higher highs and higher lows. So at some point, if we do pull back to make the higher high to continue, that's actually normal price action. The linear regression zone on a 4-hour has hit this resistance zone. So if we have a pullback but into continuation, that is completely normal. The 4-hour and the hourly especially can dictate trends. So the hourly is golden upcrossed again with the RSI a little bit on the high side, overbought. So if it pulls back down, we need to just hold above 670 and then keep rallying to the upside on good news and events, hopefully, because earnings season has passed, we survived. Quick look at the weekly, nice reversal, evening star pattern into a morning star pattern. So let's see what this next month brings. QQQ, Nasdaq, similar as last time, we bounced off of the 100 EMA, nice rally. So if I go into multi-time frame 4-hour charts, we are above the linear regression zone for now. Stochastic RSI is high at the overbought range, one downtick on the TTM squeeze. So again, if we lose a little bit of momentum, that's totally okay. We need to hold above 605, 606 on NASDAQ to maintain this higher high, higher low price uptrend. And I'm, for now, ignoring the RSI because we need to have a more sustained trend. This could still fail, believe it or not, because that's actually happened before in November, just November 7th, so just a couple weeks ago, where we bounced and then we double topped and we crashed back down. So that could happen again. Just something I'm watching out for. Weekly chart, very nice, bouncing off that 20 EMA perfectly. Let's just go ahead and skip to Bitcoin. I'm going to try to keep this video short. So Bitcoin, unfortunately, there's good news and there's bad news. I'll start with the bad news first. Bad news is we're still in a price downtrend. The price is not uptrending. The price is not consolidating. The price is downtrending for now. And if we draw a trend line resistance on the top, which I'll highlight in the blue, we need to break out above this zone. This zone meaning above 93, 94,000. We put some short-term EMAs up there. We still haven't broken above the 20 EMA, which is $93,000 Bitcoin. So until we break above that and make a higher low, bears are still in control. That's why a lot of altcoins, even though we bounced into this week, actually crashed back down. I'm talking about Zcash, Zen, Dash, etc. All of them pulled back. Now, the major cryptos did not have such a catastrophic pullback. I shouldn't say catastrophic, but strong selling off action. Pull back down. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. But we could get that double bottom. So if we crash one more time and pull back down to $85,000 Bitcoin, that's where bulls really need to defend that. Because if we keep downtrending nonstop, then we're going to head down to 70,000, 60,000, 50,000, and nobody really wants to see that. But the death cross is very important because that does not happen often. I am not underestimating this daily death cross that printed on November 17, because if you know the history of Bitcoin, which I'm not going to do the whole history for this video, but the last time we had death crosses, price went down the last two times, about 20% down, and then eventually went negative 70% down. That would be bad. If we death cross, negative 20% would be about $65,000 Bitcoin to $20,000 Bitcoin, and almost everyone wants to buy Bitcoin down there. So it could take a long time for the downtrend to actually play out. The only way we're going to get out of this, in my opinion, from past experience and research, is we need major fundamental news changes, number one. Number two would be just massive buying liquidity, meaning massive buyers buying, all retail, all corporations, all institutions just buying nonstop, which obviously is not happening right now. Or I would say major global coordination or fundamental change there in terms of buying Bitcoin. So people are buying Bitcoin anticipating that 5 years from now or 10 or 20 years from now, we're going to $1 million Bitcoin or 100,000, or excuse me, or $200,000 Bitcoin or something above $120,000 Bitcoin, which is probably going to be true. But at this moment in time, especially with the USA holiday, the volume is pretty low. If I just ignore all the indicators, volume is basically below average right now. And that death cross is looming above us. So long term, I'm bullish, but in this medium to short term, if we don't have a very significant bounce on Bitcoin, then people will start to panic. And if we keep dropping, if we reject and we don't make a double bottom, then people will start to panic and we could have capitulation selling, which no crypto hodler wants to really see that. Nobody really wants to see that. But if it happens, it's not impossible. So the line I'm going to draw in the sand in this video, bottom support, we need to stay above 90,000, and then we need to stay above 85,000. If we lose 85,000 this year, we could see some significant selling. Let's end the video with Ethereum. Ethereum. So on my daily chart, the 50 EMA did death cross down below the 200 EMA on this particular set of indicators. So that's still bad for altcoins, because especially for Ethereum, the last time we had a death cross on Ethereum, we actually dropped negative 50% down more additional. So if this was our last high from 1 year ago, it was down 25%. That's sort of like what's happening right now, 25 to 33%. Then the death cross prints. If we don't explode to the upside, which is not happening at this moment, bears are probably going to want to attack. That's why right now I have to really personally just try to control myself for maximum patience and discipline, and waiting for the price to actually break out of the trend line so it has a chance of actually going up. That has not happened yet. So that's something I'm very closely watching every single day on the charts. But I don't want to sound like a doomsday bear mentality. So the good thing that could happen is we could pull back down. That's okay. Let the stochastic reset, the MACD histogram of the squeeze, and the RSI is closer to that bullish momentum formation, which usually takes a couple weeks. In this case, it could take a month because it's the end of the year. But the pattern I want to see: double bottom, upside down head and shoulders, breakout, higher high, higher low, uptrend, or V-shaped recovery on massive volume. Until I see that, I'm just going to presume we're still in the downtrend for now. And personally, I'm not buying until we're back in the uptrend, because it means we're not going up yet with cryptos. There's always going to be one crypto or one stock that is the white swan, meaning that the one in a million, the one diamond in the rough that's uptrending while the entire markets are crashing. So right now, I'm not extremely worried because the stock market did have that beautiful rally for a week. It's just, I would say for the next 1 to 3 months, if we don't see at least crypto majors having a reversal signal, it could signal problems and further selling off. Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, go and click subscribe, hit the notification bell, click the thumbs up, and let's always remember to manage risk and manage our emotions and discipline, and have patience for the next trade or an investment. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.